Hello everybody. Just wanted to share, the other day was my birthday. Got this wonderful book from my in-laws. Family cookbook from John Wayne. Always been a big fan of the Duke. And I thought, even if it didn't have recipes in it, some of the pictures and stuff would be worthwhile to see. But looks of it's got some pretty good recipes in there too. Perhaps I might share some on these videos on this channel. But I got to thinking about birthdays, and actually today is my brother's birthday. So I thought for this week's cooking video, I would do one of his favorite dishes. And he absolutely loves these. So for this week, I'm going to be teaching you how to make deviled eggs. I know most people probably know how to make this, but I mainly wanted to do it as a birthday tribute to my brother. So happy birthday, brother. These are for you. Hello everybody. As I said, we're doing deviled eggs today. So it's a pretty simple recipe, but I think y'all will enjoy this. So we're going to just put our eggs. I've got 10 eggs here. I'm just putting them in the bottom of this pan. And after we get them in this pan, we are just going to cover them so that they are covered by about an inch and a half with water. I probably don't have enough in here. I'll probably have to go get some more. So we'll pour this water over here, over the eggs. Yep, wasn't quite enough, so let me grab just a little bit more. You want to make sure you're using cold water too. You don't want the water to be hot because you want them to come to a slow boil over the stove top. So let's see, this should get us enough water in there now. Yep, all those eggs are covered. We'll get this thrown over here. And now, like I said, we'll put this on the stove top over low heat. We're going to let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then we'll turn the heat off, cover the lid, and we're going to set a timer for 12 minutes. And when that 12 minutes is up, then we will pull them out the water and shock them with some ice and cold water, and we'll get them deshelled. Well guys, we're back. Like I said, we let them come to a boil and then pulled them off the heat and covered the pan, let it sit for about 12 minutes. After that, I went and threw them in a colander, drained the water off, put them in a colander, ran some cold water over them and ice. Now it's time for the fun part. Gonna crack the eggs. Just kind of hit it a couple times on your countertop or on a cutting board. And this is the fun part, getting all this shell off. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work. I tend to try to go through the middle of it and get a whole line off. Get a whole line off. And then usually you can take the end pieces off pretty easily just by pulling on it. It don't always come out pretty, but that's the easiest way I found. After we get all these deshelled, I'll actually run some cold water over them again to make sure there's no small shell pieces on them. And then we'll get them cut. Alright guys, now we're going to cut them open. Some of them, when you get them deshelled, some of them don't always look too pretty. This one, the white came along with the shell. But here we go. I'm going to get them cut open. Basically, you're going to cut them in half lengthwise. Then you're going to pop that egg yolk out. And we'll put the whites in this tray. Like I said, there's the one that kind of fell apart. But we'll make it work as best we can. Get the yolks in there, the whites on your platter. Alright guys, down to that last egg. Let's get it cut open. Get the yolks out of it. So I got the yolk out of that one. I'm actually going to do deviled eggs 2 different ways this time. So the first way, actually first of all, before we do anything, you want to get all these eggs smashed. before you add any ingredients to it, you want to get the egg yolks smashed, and then we'll add the ingredients to it. So we get this one smashed. This will be for one type. And get that off there, and we'll get the other one smashed. Yolk's flying away from me. Where'd it go? I guess it fell back in the bowl. Nope, my wife found it for me. Get these smashed. And it's good to use a fork to smash them, because then if you use a spoon, they don't get quite as smashed and as chopped up. We're going to get them nicely chopped. Alright, so there's the eggs for that one. There's the eggs for that one. Let's get this fork out of our way. So the first one, this is actually the way my wife normally makes it. We're putting a tablespoon of mayonnaise, a tablespoon of regular yellow mustard. Get all that in there. And this is the difference that my wife normally does, her family. We're actually doing a tablespoon of Thousand Island dressing. We'll get that in there. And the other one, let me rinse this spatula off real fast. And then we'll get the other one added. The other one, I'm actually doing a tablespoon and a half of mayonnaise. So we'll get that in there. And a tablespoon and a half of Dijon mustard. I use Grey Poupon this time. You could use any Dijon mustard. I like the brown mustard. So we've got all of our ingredients in those. Get this out the way. That rinsed off. So let's start with this one that's my wife's. I'm going to actually use the whisk to get it whisked. Get it nice and fluffy. So we'll get that one whisked up. And we'll go ahead and get this one whisked up. Yeah, I didn't clean the spatula, the whisk off on this one, but it'll work. We'll get this one whisked up. You can obviously see the difference. This one that I'm whisking right now has the Dijon, which is more of a brown mustard, and you can see the spices in the Dijon. So we'll get that one. Get all the stuff off the whisk. Get that put away. So what's next? Next we got to fill these egg whites. So we'll just take a spoon and just fill it a little over the top. Just get them all filled. My wife was handing me some regular paprika, but I like to use a little bit of smoked paprika. Alright, so like I said, we just keep filling these. See, like I said, you just want to get it a little over the top of the egg white. And I think my wife's got that open for me. So we will just sprinkle a little bit of paprika over the top of these ones. Now I'm not going to sprinkle paprika over the top of the other ones that have the Dijon mustard in it. That way I can tell the difference between the two when I take them to my brother. I can tell him this one's one way, this one's another way, so he'll be able to try both of them. Okay guys, got it all ready. I am doing this in a little bit of a party platter, so I threw some carrots and some ranch in the middle of that deal. As I said, we've got the ones with the Grey Poupon. We've got the ones with the regular mustard and Thousand Island. They have the paprika on top of them. I hope my brother enjoys this when we take it over to his house later on today. I'm sure he'll devour all of them because he loves deviled eggs. But we got to do the taste test, right? So I'm going to pull these over here a little bit closer. Alright guys, first of all, the way my wife likes them, we'll get that one, it's all squishy. Looks good. Yep. That's good. Can definitely taste the Thousand Island in there. It's good stuff. Now then, We got to try that one with grape Poupon though. My wife, she actually didn't like this one as much. I made her try one too. So we'll try this one. This one's definitely a lot thicker. Definitely got a different taste to it from the spices in the Dijon. It's still good, as good. Actually, I'm gonna have to say my wife's recipe tastes a lot better. Now, Chris, I hope you like both of these. I'm sure you'll devour all of them when we get to your house this afternoon. And happy birthday.